What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another Deadcast. We were on a 2-week hiatus, but we back. You may have noticed there's one less person here, but who is here and present is my roommate, Brandon Lang.
What's up, everybody?
Who's missing is Mark. Fuck that guy. He probably won't be a regular anymore. He just doesn't have time for it. But he might guest star soon. So we are in the middle of finding a new third chair. So everyone interested, go ahead, comment. We're doing casting right now. Yeah, we'll move to Arizona. That's where we are located, for those that don't know. But yes, this is the Deadcast, episode 12. Since we missed the last weeks, they did season 6, episode 6, and episode 7. 6 to me was kind of uneventful. It was another filler episode, but we can briefly talk about that. But most of this podcast will be talking about episode 7. So episode 6 focuses on the group with the giant horde as they're leading them away. Did they ever? They're just done with the horde, right?
Yeah.
They just kind of like
they keep bringing it up, and they're like, oh well.
Yeah, they kind of lost them. So what happens is they get attacked right at the end, and then I think that's it. I don't think they really care about the horde anymore. They're far enough away, so whoever attacks them, the horde's their problem now. But I mean, come on, you've got Sasha, Abraham, and Daryl. You don't mess with them. So obviously they just murdered everybody that attacked them. No one made it away from them, I don't think. But they get split up. Daryl, he goes into the forest, and then Sasha and Abraham, they crash. And then they kill their attackers. So what do you think about this episode?
I don't know why they brought in we don't know who those people are, right?
The other group that attacked them? No. You don't even see their faces.
Like they're trying to
bring another bad guy?
Yeah, another bad guy, or another Woodbury kind of governor guy.
Yeah, so that guy, this is further into the episode, but you see like this guy, he's like, well, you guys owe us for bringing us the fuel here to search for you, because let's explain it. Hold on. Okay. Let's explain it. So Daryl, he immediately gets crashed in the forest. He's looking, he tries on the radio, can't reach them. So he's just looking around for like supplies or whatever. But then he gets attacked, knocked out. And then he wakes up, and then there's these group of 3 people. It's 2 girls and a guy. The girl's very young. And the guy, he's the one that's holding hostage Daryl. And but yeah, they allude that they escaped from a group. They thought Daryl was from that group. And they kept saying, we earned it, whatever they took. They haven't revealed what they took yet, but you eventually reveal that it's insulin, because the girl's diabetic.
The Justin Bieber looking one.
Yeah, one of the young girl looks kind of like Justin Bieber, but a female blonde version of that. I actually don't think they ever talk about their names. I don't even know what they're called. Didn't they say their names? Okay.
Oh wait, no, she said that one girl's name, and she started running away. Tina. It was Tina.
The one with diabetes?
Tina? Yeah.
Okay. So diabetes girl was Tina. I don't remember the
other ones that were never said.
Yeah. But I mean that whole thing doesn't last that long. They hold Daryl hostage. Obviously that's Daryl.
That's a bad idea.
That's a bad idea to hold him hostage. Just kill him, or don't fuck with him. So eventually it gets to a point where he gets away. He finds out they have insulin. He starts feeling bad, and then he brings it back to them. But yeah, then when that happens, the people they really are hiding from show up, and they don't ever show his face. They show from like up to here and down, and he has kind of like that governor swagger with him. He kind of talked like him. I hope they don't bring in another governor type of character. That'd be kind of lame.
There's already enough going on. They don't need that.
Right, they already had the wolves mess with them, and which they still have that guy in prison, with Morgan.
Which is addressed in the next episode.
A little bit. You still don't see the guy in the next episode, but more people know about him. Then there's this group, which they're pretty far away, and they have now a horde between them and Alexandria, so I don't see them attacking Alexandria unless they're really powerful people. But who knows? We'll see. I'm sure they'll show up again. I mean, whenever they introduce a character, they don't just disappear forever and show up like that. They'll make an appearance. But yeah, that happened. Then Daryl, he ends up, feeling good about them. Oh, hold on. We're going to take one quick second. Okay, my bad. So he ends up, asking them the 3 questions, which they haven't asked those questions since they were in the prison, which was, how many zombies have you killed? How many people have you killed? And why? And he asked them, I guess he felt okay with their answers. And then he says, hey, he decides to trust them. And he tells them about Alexandria and like, hey, you should come with me.
Poor Daryl will never trust anybody again.
I know, what the hell? So, I don't know why.
I was proud of him.
Yeah, I was like, okay, cool. Yeah, he's not going to be a dick and, fuck them over. But instead, they fuck him over. He was trying to be the nice guy. And not only did they take his bike, they take his crossbow. That's like part of Daryl's identity. So I'm upset with that. Those people better show up again, either dead or in trouble. And then Daryl's like, no, sorry, you fucked me over, so you're going to die. And they took his crossbow.
The girl was like, I'm sorry.
Yeah, whatever. She wasn't sorry. She should have just told the guy, no, we should go with him.
Yeah.
But they take off with the motorcycle, so, they could potentially go anywhere. I don't think it was damaged or anything when he left.
I don't think we'll see him again.
They took his crossbow. They're going to see him again. He has to have his crossbow back.
You might find it.
On a dead corpse?
Yeah.
Or on a zombie?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. On the other side of that, they talk about, they show Sasha and Abraham. So how do you feel about those characters at this point in the season? Yeah?
Because I couldn't tell, at the end of it, it was almost implying that Abraham was trying to flirt with her, which is weird because I thought he had a thing with
Rosita.
Yeah, Rosita. So I thought that was
it was weird. He said to her at the end of their little moment. It wasn't really even a moment, but he was just like, you know what? I like your no bullshit attitude. I'd like to get to know you better. And then she's like, what makes you think I want you to get to know me better? He's like, oh, you will. Which I don't know if he's implying in like a romantic sort of way or just, as a friend, hey, because that's true. They're from separate groups. I don't remember ever really seeing them interact in such a way as that. So maybe he just wants to be friends. The thing with Rosita too, they were boning for a while, but then like this season, you don't really see him do anything with her together. Or even, I guess they're not together the entirety of this season so far, but I don't know. I feel like they're just maybe fuck buddies. I don't know. It doesn't look like they're like in love or anything like, Maggie and Glenn, or even have tension like Rick and the other blonde girl. Yeah. But that's all that really happened. At the end of the episode, they met each other. Daryl, even though got his motorcycle stolen, he found a big ass truck, which could be, useful, especially trying to mow down zombies. So maybe that'll be useful in Alexandria. And then Abraham found a giant rocket launcher, which also could be useful.
Yeah, I didn't know what his problem was. Do you remember, like, he was on the building and he was having, like, he just kept staring at the guy. I don't know if he was thinking.
I don't know. I think he's just losing his mind for a little bit. But yeah, he could have easily like killed it while he was, because it's like the zombie hanging over the ledge, and he's like, couldn't really reach Abraham, but he wanted to just get the rocket launcher off of him.
He was like letting it try to grab him.
Yeah, it was weird.
Just looking at it like.
Yeah, it was weird. I don't quite understand that moment, but I don't know. Eventually, it was kind of gross. It was like stuck in him,
right under his collarbone. And
yeah,
it started pulling.
It just went through.
Collarbone.
Yeah, their effects are still top notch for sure. But yeah, that's how he got the rocket launcher and extra ammo. So it's not just one rocket; it's multiple rockets. So they're pretty they're doing pretty well, and they're on their way back to Alexandria. And then it ends with they're trying to contact Rick on the walkie-talkie, and then instead there's someone saying help, and you don't first you think it's Glenn, but we soon find out that's not because that's in the next episode. But that's exactly how it ends, with him saying help, which now leads us into the next episode. And in the next episode, it immediately opens up with Glenn's death. And let me just say, this guy over here was convinced Glenn was dead. I and Mark were not convinced. And Glenn's back, y'all. I'm so happy that he did not go out like a little bitch like that. And they very clearly show you how he survived. Was it kind of stupid how he survived? I think so. And I also think the way they handled that was just dumb. They should have, if they wanted it to carry more weight, they should have just done it maybe the episode after the one after it. But they took way too long to reveal like that. At the point where they show Glenn coming back, I didn't really give a shit. Did you? I mean, how do you feel about Glenn coming back to life?
Like I told you when we watched it and found out he was alive, I'm not happy. I mean, I'm not upset that he's alive. I didn't want him to die. I just think they needed death.
I agree. They haven't had a big important death yet, and
that's the only reason I thought that he was gonna die or died.
Yeah,
I'm happy he's alive. I like him, so I'm happy.
And the theory that I had before about him showing up again, but then dying later on in a much, much better way, could still happen because he's not back at Alexandria yet.
Well, they basically
I mean, they have a big problem. Half the horde went towards Alexandria, and they don't have a way to get in. I suppose they can try. Maggie can try to contact them underground through the sewer, but they have no way of telling them, "Hey, come over here." So they have to go underground, find Glenn, and then take him into the tunnel. So we'll see. Maybe next season. But
and Enid,
right? But the next season is the finale. Every finale, there's always something really bad happens. The last season finale was with Beth's death.
Oh yeah.
The one before that, I want to say. It was what's his name? Herschel. It was Herschel's death. The last mid-season finale. So it's almost guaranteed that there's going to be a death. Whether it's Glenn or someone else entirely, who knows? But I think if they kill Glenn off that quickly already, the way they showed him surviving like that, to me it just cheapens it, because they do the fake out and then immediately they're like, nope, we're going to take him away from you. He's actually really dead this time. That just cheapens it, and I really hope they don't do that. If it's not Glenn, who would you want to see die? It's quite a few characters that I would very much like to.
Yeah, none of the main ones.
None of the main ones?
I wouldn't be upset if Carl died.
Which,
I'm not a big fan.
So let's talk about Carl since you brought him up. So there was a slight feud between him and the blonde, I don't remember her name. Rick's Boothang. She has a son, and he's kind of a dick. And I guess apparently he was dating Enid, even though it didn't look like that at all. Enid looked like she kind of had a thing with Carl. But he's pissed off at Carl for, one, being more of a badass than him because he's a giant pussy. And two, for, I guess, Enid paying more attention to Carl. So he goes to Rick and asks to help him learn how to shoot a gun, which doesn't sound at all like a good idea. But Rick and Carl both help him to learn how to shoot a gun. And then later on, you see him. First, Rick gives him the unloaded gun. He goes and breaks in the armory, gets some bullets, and steals bullets for the gun. And then they show this scene where he's following Carl with the gun in the back,
he was
like this. Yeah, which I don't know. I mean, he had the chance to shoot him, but I guess I don't know. They don't really show him thinking about it. It just cuts to something else, and then later on it shows Carl. I was like, oh, okay, Carl's still alive. But maybe he's going to take the chance to shoot Carl next episode. All I can tell you as far as him dying is that in the comics, Carl is not dead. Now, they don't follow the comic books at all,
Right.
especially right now during this. They deviate a lot. So maybe they decide to kill off Carl, but I think Carl's safe. But we'll see. Who else? Who else do you want to see dead?
Well, that little shithead.
The little shithead, I'd be very happy to see him die. He serves no purpose, and he's annoying. Just such a walking vagina. He can't take care of himself, but he's just so focused on hurting either Rick or Carl. I guess because of his dad,
Right.
which I don't know why. His dad was not good, so, and even the mom knew that, so she doesn't seem that heartbroken that he's gone. But whatever. Who else? We also have Rosita. I think she's fine.
I think she's fine.
Tara's fine. Morgan. What do you think about Morgan?
I think he'll eventually
Die?
His whole process of not hurting anybody or killing anybody is going to come back.
Okay.
I don't want him to die like him.
I do like him. And he's very, very skilled. So, I mean, if he dies, it'd have to be in a badass way.
I'm always nervous Carol's going to die.
No, I think she's one of the few characters that's basically unkillable. You cannot kill Carol. First of all, because she's very, very capable in almost any situation. And second, because everyone loves her. I think more people love her than Rick. Than Rick, for sure. I'm starting to like her more than Rick. Just because Rick is more of in a leadership position, so she's able to do whatever she wants. And she does what needs to be done. Doesn't ever question it, and she's very, very capable and skilled. So she's fine, for sure.
Good.
There's the priest. Did I mention the priest?
He's so annoying.
Yeah, there was this funny scene though. He starts putting up signs for a prayer circle. It says like prayer circle in the field at 6:00, and then Rick sees him put up 2, and then he's just like, he reads and he's like, he just throws it away. And then Carl's like, Dad, which totally shows you that Rick does not give a shit about him, and I don't either. I would be perfectly fine with him dying. He's useless.
He can die.
He can die, absolutely. But then that would also lower the amount of black people on the show. They always kill off the black people, unfortunately. I think Sasha's the only one, would be the only one left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Morgan, but
Oh yeah, Morgan. Yeah. So who else? There's Diana. What's her name?
Deanna.
Okay. She's probably fine, although she might die. I could see that happening. She's kind of going in a downward spiral. She's still not able to defend herself.
She's not able to defend herself, but she now realizes everything that's going on. So I think she'll be smart. She doesn't know how to defend herself. I don't think they're going to kill her.
You don't think so?
No.
I think it's possible.
She'll either hide or she'll be protected by one of the main characters because they'll be like,
Possibly.
Yes.
But the problem is she's planning for the future and she's hopeful. And any character that does that in the show, it spells out doom for them.
It does.
Bob was kind of like that. Tyrese was like that. Herschel's definitely like that. And they all dead. Also, what's his name? He had the RV.
Oh, Dale.
Dale especially, too. That was sad.
Who else?
Uh,
Adrian almost died.
Who's Adrian?
Her son.
That's his name?
I think so, isn't it? Something?
I don't think so. But yes, I don't understand that. And right now there's still this separation between us and them, as far as, us is the real group.
Original.
And then there's the Alexandrians. And there's a part where we'll call him Adrian. I don't think that's his name, but we'll call him Adrian for now. He's from One Tree Hill. He plays Julian, if you guys know that. He's a cute guy. Yeah, he's probably the most attractive male on there right now. He looks too pretty for the apocalypse, to be honest. Mm-hmm. But he throws a little hook and tries to shimmy across it. A bunch of a little field of walkers, which was stupid. It fell down.
At first, I thought he was doing something bad, but
yeah, so did I.
Not.
but he was just trying to do something good, try to get a car so that he could lure them away, and he fails colossally. And Tara ends up like leaning over the wall and like shooting zombies while he's trying to climb back up. And
Which
Rick,
is pretty badass.
which was cool, yeah. Tara, that was badass of Tara, and she did a good job saving him. He wouldn't have made it if it wasn't for her. But then after that, Rick's immediate reaction was like, "You could have died for them. Come on, what are you doing? Like that wasn't even worth it." And Deanna didn't really like that because that was her son. And Rick ends up telling Deanna, "I only saved him because he was your son. Because like I could have used his death as like a way for me to get to a car and then move all the zombies out." And then Tara, after she does it, she just ends up giving him the finger, which was pretty funny.
Like what you did, I'm not surprised she did that because I don't know what I would say.
Yeah, like what do you say to that? Like, of course I'm not gonna just watch him die, But
it was just so like,
yeah, which is why I don't know. That's why I don't know if I like Rick as much as Carol, because I feel like Carol would have just save him and not even complain about it. She just does what needs to be done. Which also, so we can talk about Carol in this episode too, because she's also a little bit in there. So Morgan goes to the new doctor lady. I'm terrible with names. With the new characters, at least it's just because they seem so irrelevant. They're gonna die.
Yeah.
But the new doctor lady, I don't remember her name. She kissed Tara in a previous episode. Well, Tara kissed her. Mm-hmm. And then he starts asking about, hey, do you have antibiotics for a cut or something? And I don't really know why he's asking about this. The dude has been bit, so he's going to turn into a zombie. There's no curing it, so why does he want to waste antibiotics to this? I don't understand. Do you understand that thinking at all? I don't even know why he wants to keep him alive. Like, he's going to die, so might as well put him out of his misery. Like, what's the point? But I guess to him, all life is precious. Not true. So he eventually tells the doctor this is what he didn't tell her who it is and what he is, but that he has someone that needs help, and so she sneaks out and follows him. And Carol sees this. She's very, very perceptive.
She sees everything.
She sees everything. Yeah, you can't get anything get anything by her. So she goes back and takes Judith back. They had that little scene with the annoying child that is too scared to come downstairs. That she threatened last season, which was awesome.
It's funny, he had no problem with her. He was like, "Carol."
Yeah. And she's like, "What? I can't hear you. Why don't you come down here?"
I thought he was going to come down.
So did I. Yeah, for Carol,
because there's like some authority there.
Yeah.
Over him that his own mother doesn't have.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought that would have been cool. They should have done that.
It would have been. Yeah, I would have found him less annoying.
Right. I would have been like, "Oh, he's Carol."
Yeah. So maybe Carol can take someone under her wing.
But it didn't happen.
No. Maybe later. Who knows? Maybe they're just setting it up. But yeah, that happened, and then she ends up following Morgan to the house where he's keeping him, and then she just knocks on the door, and then Morgan opens it, and she's like, "Who the hell do you have?
You have in there?"
Yeah. So she's gonna know. I mean, Morgan's not. He can't weasel his way out of that. I don't see that happening. But they just cut to that because they have a more pressing issue that happens at the end of the episode. Actually, there's two more pressing issues. One, Glenn comes back with Enid. They show him, talking to her. They kind of have a heart-to-heart together. She just wants to leave. She still has her JSS following. But he pretty much forces her to come back with him.
I'm surprised he got her to come back.
Yeah, I'm surprised too.
Children are so stubborn.
Yeah. And she still is being stubborn. She's being a teenager, but I don't know. I guess she felt bad. I really don't know her reasoning for going back. So they go back, but then they realize they can't because there's a giant crowd of walkers there. So they end up blowing some balloons to signal they're there, and then that's when everyone sees them, and they're like, "Oh, yay!" But throughout this episode, they're showing this house that's slowly crumbling. So then once they see that, they're all happy and cheering. Of course, anybody gets happy or hopeful in the show, it gets dashed immediately, and this is what happens. So the house finally falls down at the end of the episode, breaks through the wall, and then a bunch of zombies start coming through, and that's when it ends. So they leave a couple threads hanging, and this is the mid-season finale, so it's going to be a big episode. Yeah. I don't know if it's going to be an extended episode. Sometimes they do that. They did that with the premiere and with Morgan, so maybe they used up their extended time. But this is going to be a big episode where big things happen, and it's going to have probably a huge cliffhanger. They always have that. And they'll come back in February.
Yeah,
usually. So we'll see what they do with that. A lot of things can go different ways. They still have the guy that's in prison. They have to deal with all the walkers. The other group hasn't come back yet. Then there's that other mysterious group that was up there with the other group that they could be bad or good. Who knows? They don't sound good. They're
just bad.
They're probably bad. And then they have there's that little shithead that wants to kill Carl
and Rick.
And he has the capability to do that now. Everyone's going to be, busy trying to defend themselves, and he can just say, oh, zombies got to them, blah blah blah. And that I will be so upset if that happens at the end, where he fucks them over and they leave that hanging. But there's no way they're going to kill both of them off. So we'll see. Other than that, are there any other loose threads? I mean, obviously, there's also the Glenn and Enid thread, too.
They'll get back.
Yeah, I'm sure they will.
Make sure.
Well, I'm sure at least Enid will
Unless
get back.
she was like, oh my god, I'm pregnant. I can't do anything.
Like she did last... Yeah. Wasn't that the last episode? No, that was 2 episodes ago. Mad. Yeah, that was... I don't understand the thinking of that.
Pussy. Seriously.
Granted, we're both males here.
You're supposed to...
We won't ever know what it's like to be pregnant, so... But... Yeah, I thought that was dumb.
Give you stronger emotions.
It's like she suddenly...
That she would want to go for
Yes, it's like suddenly she wasn't capable of defending herself and going out on her own. I think Maggie's definitely capable of that. She's more than proven herself, but the writers wrote her that little scene, and I didn't understand it. I thought it was out of character for her to be like that. She would have gone for her man. But we already talked about that in last Deadcast, so watch that one if you want to hear that in detail. Other than that, you excited, or are you just kind of about this season so far?
No, it's exciting.
Yeah? I thought it started out really high. After the Glenn thing, went a little bit lower. But now, okay, finally, we're getting somewhere. I'm excited for the finale. I think it's going to be a really good one. And with that, you will see our reactions next week when we watch it. Hopefully, it is next week, because I don't know if the holidays change anything, but it should be next week. And we'll post that immediately as soon as we get that.
Yeah, that'll be a big...
Oh, yeah.
Big Deadcast.
We'll see if Mark can grace us with his presence next time. He still isn't. Hey, he hasn't caught up. He's like 3 episodes behind.
Bitter and jaded.
I'm joking. Mark's the bae. Will be on our other podcast, so don't worry. He's not completely gone out of this. But yeah, so that's the show. If you like the show, like us. If you want to see more, subscribe to our channel. And then if you want to discuss stuff in the future for the season finale or what happened in this season so far, post in the comments below. We do love interacting with our users.
If you disagree with any of our opinions,
absolutely. I hope
you and I are always different, which is good.
Which is good, yeah. It brings out
so we need
conversation.
People on our sides.
So yeah, we definitely would like to have a discussion. Either one of us will reply to you. And that's the show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. See ya.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Oh yeah, happy Thanksgiving. Yeah. Gobble gobble.